Reading is a passion of mine, which I got from my grandparents. I spent many summer holidays with them and observed them reading newspapers and books daily. My grandpa read the business section of the newspaper because he firmly believed in blue chip stock. My grandma read the newspaper because she kept current on the news and then enjoyed where books would take her in her imagination. Seeing them read, I also took up reading. From a very young age, I would borrow books such as biographies or history at my local or school library. I spent summers lazing on a lawn chair, imagining the characters in the book I was reading at the time. I continued this passion with my children. From when they were infants, I bought the appropriate book to begin their journey of learning letters and their sounds, words, and then sentences. They are all still readers and encourage their children to read. Because I love reading and know parents are exhausted by the end of the day, I volunteered at 2 of our town schools this past school year to help students with their reading. At one school, I helped a student in grade 6. At the other, I helped students in grades 1 and 2. It was my first time doing such a thing. I did it because I know the importance of reading and the freedom it provides. By the end of the school year, the teachers and I were astonished at the improvement in most students, some more than others. I know it wasn't all me because it takes a village to raise a child, but it did prove the importance of one-on-one time. What I noticed most in the students was their insecurity about reading an unfamiliar word. Through encouragement and support, the students took more chances to try to read the words, which is when I saw the most improvement. Because of the number of students and my time, I couldn't get to them all regularly, but even the 10 to 15 minutes every 2 or 3 weeks was a help. Reading is a magical gateway to adventure, knowledge, and endless imagination. For our children, it's a skill and a lifelong gift. As parents, we have a vital role in cultivating a love for reading. Today's episode discusses the benefits of reading to your kids, how to help your child read, how to get your son to read, and summer fun reading tips. So grab your favorite beverage, find a comfy spot, and let's get into today's topic of reading with your youngsters. This is Tips for Parenting Youngsters, where every episode brings you closer to building self-esteem and stronger, more meaningful relationships with your children. Reading offers a wealth of benefits for children, impacting their development. Here's a closer look at how reading can enhance your child's life. Reading introduces your child to new words and phrases found in various books. They learn to understand the meanings of words and their usage in context. Reading improves language skills and the ability to express themselves more clearly. Reading helps your child to develop the ability to focus for more extended periods. It builds patience and persistence as they work through a story. Reading encourages children to think about the plot, characters, and settings. It stimulates problem-solving skills by thinking about how to resolve conflicts. It develops analytical skills by discussing story elements and themes. Children who read learn to understand and relate to different characters' feelings and perspectives. It also helps them to gain insight into diverse human experiences and cultures. Reading improves comprehension and retention skills. Reading offers an escape into imaginative worlds and adventures. It provides a calming and enjoyable activity, reducing stress and anxiety. It creates a habit of turning to books for leisure, fostering lifelong reading habits. It stimulates the imagination by visualizing stories and creating mental images. Reading inspires your children to create their own stories and artistic expressions. Through shared reading experiences, it strengthens the emotional bond between you and your child. Shared reading provides opportunities for meaningful discussions and connections. It enhances listening skills as they follow along with stories read aloud. It develops the ability to understand and process spoken language more effectively. Incorporating reading into your child's daily routine sets the foundation for academic success and enriches their emotional and social development. By fostering a love for reading, you provide your child with tools to benefit them throughout their lives, making reading an invaluable part of their growth and happiness. The journey to reading starts early, but there's always time to support your child regardless of age. Here are some practical tips for fostering reading skills and a love for reading in children of all ages. Start young. I did that with my children and grandchildren when we looked after them. Getting them settled before bed was a part of their nighttime routine, and I loved cuddling with them. I introduced books as early as possible. Even infants benefit from being read to as they enjoy the rhythm and melody of your voice. Choose board books with bright colors, simple pictures, and textured pages to engage their senses. Make reading a part of their daily routine, such as before nap or bedtime. You can bring a story to life by using animated voices and expressive facial expressions. Point to pictures and name objects, animals, and characters to build vocabulary. Encourage your toddler to turn the pages and touch the images. Be patient and encouraging. Celebrate small milestones and offer encouragement. Every child progresses at their own pace, and your support is crucial. Use praise and positive reinforcement to build their confidence and enthusiasm for reading. There is a certain way to praise your child. Here are some great examples of what I used with the kids at school to praise them. I would say, "I noticed how you kept reading even when the words were hard. Your perseverance is amazing." Or another example, "You read that page much more smoothly than last time. I can see how much you've improved." Or, "I love how you ask questions about the story. You can encourage your child to choose books that interest them, whether about animals, fairy tales, or adventure stories. Choosing books reminds me of this one time when we picked out books at the library with our children, who were 8, 7, and 4 years old. Each child could pick out their books from the appropriate section for their age. I ignored what they had picked out because I knew they were in the right section. Well, my husband and I had a great laugh when we discovered our 4-year-old son had picked out a book about sex. It was appropriate for his age, but it shocked his sisters. As was the tradition then, we read the books the kids chose together as a family. So we all learned about how mummies and daddies made babies. I have no clue what inspired him to pick out that particular book. Another way is interactive storytelling. Engage your child in discussions about the book. Ask questions, make predictions, and connect the story to real-life experiences. You can encourage your child to retell the story in their own words or act it out to reinforce comprehension. Explore different genres. Introduce your child to various genres, including fantasy, mystery, science fiction, and historical fiction. Encourage them to read fiction and nonfiction to broaden their horizons and interests. Another tip is to incorporate technologies. Use e-readers or reading apps to make reading more engaging and interactive. You can explore audiobooks, which is an excellent way for reluctant readers to enjoy stories. Address their struggles with sensitivity. If your teenager is struggling with reading because they didn't learn when they were younger, approach the subject with sensitivity and understanding. Avoid making them feel embarrassed or ashamed about their reading level. Seek resources such as reading tutors, literacy programs, and online courses to provide additional support. Encourage them to read at their own pace and choose materials that interest them, whether graphic novels, biographies, or articles on their favorite topics. You can also encourage writing. Writing can complement reading skills. Encourage your child to journal, write stories, or even start a blog about topics they enjoy. Discuss their writing and provide constructive feedback to build their confidence and skills. Create a comfortable and inviting space dedicated to reading. It could be a corner of their room with soft pillows, a cozy blanket, and good lighting. Keep a variety of books within easy reach. Display books on shelves, in baskets, or on a small bookcase to make them easily accessible and visually appealing. Using these strategies can foster a love for reading in your child regardless of age. Remember, the key is being patient and supportive and making reading enjoyable daily. With your encouragement, your child can discover the joy and benefits of reading, leading them to lifelong learning and growth. One of the things I discovered in being with the students was how the boys balked at reading. These were the boys in grades 1 and 2. Some of this is because they struggled with reading. What I love about kids this age is how they talk about everything and anything. Their imaginations ran wild, and I occasionally believed some of their stories. My point in telling you this is I knew the students who read at home and those who didn't. Also, there are challenges for single parents who work all day and look after their children. Here are some tips to help your sons learn to love reading. Find their interests. Does your son love dinosaurs, cars, or space? Find books that align with his interests. Set an example. Let your son see you reading. Children often model after their parents' behavior, so show them that reading is a valued activity in your household. As I mentioned before, interactive reading. Engage in discussions about the book, ask questions, make predictions, and connect the story to real-life experiences. You can also find book-themed crafts. After reading a book, do a craft related to the story. If the book is about birds, you can make a simple birdhouse. Along with interactive reading, there's also interactive apps. Use educational apps that make reading fun. Many are designed to engage readers with games and animations. You can also create a reading chart where he can track the books he's read and even earn stickers or stamps for each one he completes. Set milestones with small rewards to keep him motivated. I discovered bubblegum and stickers are great motivators, regardless of age. You could also organize a reading scavenger hunt where he has to find and read clues hidden around the house that lead to a small treasure or reward. By incorporating these creative strategies, you can make reading a fun and integral part of your son's life. Early positive experiences help him build his confidence and set him up for success as he grows older. The key is to make reading enjoyable and to connect it with activities he loves. Summer holidays are perfect for making reading a fun and engaging activity. Here are some ideas. Create a summer reading challenge with a list of books to read and small rewards for each one completed. Take reading outside. Set up a cozy reading nook in your backyard or have a reading picnic at the park. As mentioned, use e-readers or reading apps such as Starfall, a nonprofit reading website, to mix things up. Audiobooks can also be a great way to enjoy stories on the go. On that note, I'm excited to share that my first children's book in a series, Lessons for Life with Grandma Kate, will be released on August the 13th. You will be able to purchase the book on Amazon and Ingram Sparks. The books in the series are inspirational and discuss lessons that Lily, her brother Zach, and her cousins encounter. The first book is Lily Finds Her Inner Magic, a tale about building confidence. In this book, Lily reads in front of her class, and a mean-spirited boy makes fun of her when she mispronounces the word. Embarrassed and hurt, Lily goes to her grandma, who helps her learn about self-esteem and confidence. The book is for ages 6 to 12, but the message is for all ages. I will provide more details as the release date approaches. In conclusion, reading is a magical gateway to adventure, knowledge, and endless imagination. For our children, it's a skill and a lifelong gift. As parents, We play a vital role in cultivating a love for reading. I've discussed the numerous benefits of reading, from expanding vocabulary and enhancing concentration to developing critical thinking and empathy. Reading also improves academic performance, fosters imagination, and provides a source of joy and relaxation. Helping your child develop reading skills can be done at any age, starting with interactive reading sessions with infants and continuing to support older children and teenagers who may be struggling. Practical tips include creating a reading routine, engaging in book discussions, and exploring different genres and technologies. Encouraging your son to read can sometimes be challenging. Still, you can foster a love for reading from an early age by finding books that align with his interests, setting an example, and making reading interactive and fun. Creative strategies like book-themed crafts, reading charts, and scavenger hunts can make reading enjoyable and integral to his life. Summer holidays offer a fantastic opportunity to make reading even more engaging. From summer reading challenges to outdoor reading picnics and incorporating technology, there are countless ways to make reading a fun and rewarding activity during the break. Fostering a love for reading in your children is a gift that will benefit them throughout their lives. By being patient, supportive, and creative, you can help your child discover the joy and benefits of reading, leading them to lifelong learning and growth. Thank you, listeners, for embarking on this journey with me today. Your time and attention are precious, and I am genuinely grateful that you chose to spend them with the Tips for Parenting Youngsters podcast. Your support and engagement mean the world to me. As I conclude this episode, I want to remind you to subscribe to my podcast, Tips for Parenting Youngsters. With new episodes released every Thursday, you will want to take advantage of my valuable insights and strategies for positive parenting. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and join me as I navigate the complexities of parenting to build stronger family bonds and self-esteem. Parenting is full of challenges, but remember, the most profound change starts within us. Be the role model your children look up to. They always watch and learn. Visit parentingyoungsters.com for a wealth of free practical resources. The website is designed to support you and your family on your everyday parenting challenges, from tips on self-discipline and positive affirmations to various other valuable topics. As I conclude this episode, I must state that this podcast is designed solely for educational and entertainment purposes. While I bring my experience as a parent and grandparent, it's essential that you know I am not a licensed therapist. This podcast is not a substitute for professional advice from a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or other qualified professional. Got it? Awesome. Until next time, what is one thing you are grateful for?